Hello everyone, today I'm going to be explaining look ahead and recognition and also the differences between the two because they are very similar but they're not the same and they can be easily confused. So I'm going to clarify some stuff and explain what they are and the differences. So look ahead is basically looking ahead to pieces or cases before you're actually like at that step, whereas recognition is you're kind of already at that step, you haven't really looked at anything, it's just kind of how fast you can recognize the case or maybe find a pair or something like that. So those are the differences between the two. So look ahead is looking ahead, as the name implies or it says, and recognition is also in the name, recognizing, but not looking ahead to something. So there's a difference between the two. So if I solved something nice and slow and I saw a pair, an F2L pair, and I knew I was going to solve that one before I finished the one I was working on, that would be look ahead. But if I just solved one pair really fast and wasn't really looking for the next pair until I solved it, then I recognize another pair and then solve it. So that's kind of the difference. And now I'm gonna just kind of do a solve and give a couple examples. So I've done cross, so I recognize that this pair is already formed, and then say I'm moving slowly and I'm looking ahead and I see these two pieces here, and that's looking ahead. I haven't finished inserting this pair yet, so then I can finish inserting. But say I solve this next pair really fast and I don't have time to look ahead, or I can't look ahead, then I see these two. That's recognition. I didn't see it while I was solving that pair, so that's recognition right there. Just kind of on the spot, improvising kind of, because you didn't really see what was going on maybe. So that's recognition right there. So then I'm going to solve that, and then I'll look ahead to my next pair a couple moves before I solve this. So I see these two, and I'll follow them so I can immediately go into the last pair, like that. So those are a couple examples in F2L of how you would do, or not would do, just kind of making a distinction between recognition and look ahead. Now look ahead is kind of more useful in solves, because it can, if you see things before you have to do them, really cuts down on the time it takes, or the time it takes because you're eliminating pauses. But recognition is good for things that are much harder to look ahead for, like OLL and PLL. So here's recognition on OLL. So I have this case, so I wasn't really looking ahead, I just see it and then I'll have to solve it. And same for PLL, most of the time is you're just recognizing. Because it's kind of hard to look ahead to something so specific with the last layer versus something simpler like an F2L pair. So those are some examples within a solve of how you might end up doing recognition versus look ahead to help clarify between the two. And so basically, definitions in their names: look ahead is looking ahead, and recognition is recognizing something without having looked at it really before. So kind of thrown into a random case and then you have to figure out what to do. So that's my attempt at trying to distinguish the two. Thank you for watching.